While most marketers are still obsessing over Google rankings, the smartest brands out there are already preparing for a world where AI does the searching for you. And many of the strategies that work for traditional SEO are about to become completely useless. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Let me explain more in this video. Hi there, I'm Jason Patel, the co-founder and CEO of Open4j AI, and we help your business get seen by ChatGPT and other AI search engines. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Get the latest tips, strategies, and guides on how to increase your AI brand visibility and 10x your marketing in the age of AI. Let's get started. We are witnessing the biggest shift in how people find information since Google launched in 1998. But what most marketers don't realize is that AI search isn't just traditional search with the fancy chatbot slapped on top. It's a completely different game with different rules. So when someone asks ChatGPT what's the best project management tool for small teams, they're not getting a list of blue links. They're getting a curated answer with specific recommendations. If your brand isn't a part of that answer, you might as well be invisible. And furthermore, what we're moving toward is a world where agents will do most of our searching and shopping for us. Think about it. Instead of spending hours researching the best laptop for your needs, you just tell your AI assistant what you want, and it'll come back with personalized recommendations based on your requirements, your budgets, your preferences, and your lifestyle. This change is happening slowly, but then it's going to happen all at once. And the brands that understand this shift are already positioning themselves to dominate while their competitors are still playing by yesterday's rules. So here are strategies you need to embrace right now to win in a world of AI search. So strategy 1, you want to master zero-click search optimization. This is probably the most important concept you need to understand about AI search. With traditional search, the goal is to get people to click through to your website. But with AI search, the goal is often to provide the answer directly without requiring a click. The AI reads your content, understands it, and then uses that information to answer user queries. So how do you optimize for this? First, you need to think like an AI trainer, not an SEO specialist. AI models are looking for clear, authoritative information that directly answers user questions. So start by creating comprehensive FAQ sections that address every possible question that someone might have about your product or service. But don't just list generic questions. Dig deeper into the specific pain points your customers face. For example, if you sell accounting software, don't just answer what is accounting software. Instead, answer questions like, how do small businesses handle expense tracking when they have remote employees? Or, what's the difference between cash and accrual accounting for freelancers? Make your content scannable and structured. Use clear headings, bullet points, and numbered lists. AI models love structured data because it's easier for them to extract and synthesize information. So think about JSON LD code. And furthermore, as a pro tip, include direct quotable statements in your content. So when AI models generate responses, they'll often pull direct quotes or paragraphs or passages from authoritative sources. Make it easy for them to quote you by including clear, definitive statements about your area of expertise. Strategy 2, optimize for AI-powered shopping recommendations. Now this is where things get really interesting for e-commerce because AI doesn't just find products, it makes personalized recommendations based on individual user needs. When someone asks an AI what's the best camera for travel photography under $1,000, the AI isn't just looking for cameras in that price range. It's going to be considering factors like size, weight, battery life, image, quality, and ease of use for travel scenarios. To show up in these recommendations, you need to provide detailed context-rich information about your products. So don't just list features, explain use cases, benefits, and specific scenarios where your product excels. Create detailed comparison content that positions your product against competitors. And the key is this, be honest about where you excel and where you don't. Don't try to be a jack of all trades. AI models are getting better at detecting biased or overly promotional content, and as they get more involved, they'll get better at parsing that content. And so they'll favor sources that provide balanced, objective information. So include specific details, specs, and data points. The AI loves concrete information they can use to make comparisons and recommendations. If you sell software, for example, include information about integrations, pricing tiers, user limits, and specific features. And most important, in my opinion, don't forget about long-tail scenarios. Instead of just optimizing for best project management software, create content around specific use cases like project management software for creative agencies with remote teams under 10 people based on the East Coast of the United States. Or project management tools for construction companies managing multiple job sites in the Midwest. These are examples, but you get the point. Okay, strategy 3, prepare for the loss of direct customer touch. Let's state it plain and simple. You're going to lose direct control over how customers discover and evaluate your brand. With AI search, customers might never visit your website during their research phase, and they probably won't. They'll ask their AI assistant for recommendations, They'll read the AI-generated summaries for your product, and then they'll make purchase decisions based on what the AI curated. This means you can't rely on controlling the narrative through your own marketing materials. Instead, you need to ensure that accurate, positive information about your brand exists across the entire internet ecosystem. It's exhausting, but it's going to be the future. So focus on creating authoritative content on third-party platforms, write guest posts on industry publications, contribute to relevant forums and communities, and then maintain active profiles on professional networks. Get the word out there. Make sure your product information is accurate and up-to-date across all platforms where it appears. This includes review sites, comparison platforms, industry directories, and then partner websites. Inconsistent information confuses AI models, and it can hurt your credibility. It probably will hurt your credibility. So build relationships with industry influencers and thought leaders who might mention or recommend your brand. When AI models are looking for authoritative sources, they'll often prioritize content for recognized experts in the field that they already trust. Now, as a prediction, here's what I think is going to happen very soon. You should start preparing for AI agents that will negotiate on behalf of customers. These AI agents are going to contact you directly for quotes, compare pricing, or negotiate terms. So make sure your sales processes can handle automated inquiries and provide consistent, accurate information. Okay, let's move on to strategy 4. Embrace personalized search and targeting. Traditional SEO was about ranking for keywords. So essentially, you have one keyword, and that was the battlefield everyone competed on to get in the top 10 blue links. AI search now is about matching with intent and context. This shift toward personalized search means you need to think beyond keywords and start thinking about user personas and specific use cases. Instead of trying to rank for marketing software, focus on creating content that serves specific types of marketers in specific situations. Win those niches and then move on to larger, more expansive industries. Think email marketing automation for e-commerce brands with seasonal products under $5 million a year, or social media management tools for B2B companies with long sales cycles. The point is to get more specific. Create detailed user personas and then develop content that speaks directly to their specific challenges, goals, and context. And think about creating commercial or transactional related content. We have a video on that as well. AI models are getting better at understanding nuance and matching content to user intent and who the user is. So the more specific and targeted your content is, the better you'll be as AI search takes over. And of course, use natural language and a conversational tone in your content. AI models are trained on human conversations, on human language, so content that sounds natural and conversational is going to quote unquote rank better and then be selected and recommended. Include contextual information about when, why, and how your product or service should be used. Explain when someone should choose you over alternatives and why. Be straightforward, clear, and honest. Someone searching for project management software might actually be searching for different things depending on whether they're a startup founder hiring their first employees, a growing agency trying to scale operations, or an enterprise team looking to replace an outdated system and they have millions of dollars in their budget. It all depends on the user intent. Okay, strategy 5. Prepare for an AI agent commerce-driven world. So AI agents are going to fundamentally change how people shop. It's going to happen very soon. Instead of browsing websites and comparing options themselves, people will delegate these tasks to AI agents and their assistants that understand their preferences, budget, and requirements and lifestyle. This means you need to make your product information easily accessible and then understandable to AI systems. Create structured data about your products, services, and pricing availability details as well. And use schema markup on your website to help AI models understand and categorize your offerings. So it's about making copy and content way more machine readable. Develop clear, consistent messaging about your value prop. AI agents will need to understand quickly what you do and why someone would choose your product over alternatives. So make sure your unique selling points are clearly articulated across all your content, especially on your homepage. Create detailed integration and compatibility information as well. Agents will need to know how your product works with other tools and systems that users already have in place. You need to fit into the user's world, in other words. And if you're a larger company or a growing company, start thinking about API access and automated ordering processes. Some AI agents might want to place orders or requests automatically based on user preferences and triggers. They might just do the whole work without even consulting their human. And prepare for price transparency and comparison. AI agents will likely have access to real-time pricing info across multiple vendors. So don't be the vendor that gets left out with a bunch of hazy, unfamiliar pricing. Be competitive and clearly communicative. Strategy 6. You want to leverage user-generated content and third-party reviews. User-generated content and third-party reviews are already becoming massive ranking factors for AI search. Our tool OpenForge tells you all of that, because AI models tend to trust content that comes from multiple independent sources over brand-created content. This means platforms like Reddit, Quora, and review sites like G2, Trustpilot, Capterra, and then third-party sites like YouTube are becoming increasingly important for brand visibility. When someone asks an AI about your product category, the AI might pull information from Reddit discussions, Quora answers, or YouTube reviews rather than your official marketing materials. It makes sense. So participate more in relevant online communities where your customers hang out. Answer questions, provide helpful insights, and build a reputation as a knowledgeable expert in your field. And be genuinely helpful. Don't just promote your products. No one likes that. Think of the 95-5 rule. 95% of the time be helpful, and then 5% of the time promote. And then, of course, encourage your satisfied, happy customers to share their experiences on multiple platforms, especially review sites. But then also ask them to discuss their experiences on Reddit, answer questions on Quora, and then create content on social media. And while you're at it, monitor conversations about your brand and industry across all these platforms. When someone asks a question you can answer, jump in with helpful information if you see it. When someone mentions your product, engage authentically and professionally. Create systems that collect and amplify positive customer stories. Case studies, testimonials, success stories from real customers carry more weight with AI models than promotional content. And this stuff is especially good for commercial and transactional related content. And by the way, when someone gives you negative feedback, respond professionally and helpfully. Models often consider how brands handle criticism when evaluating their credibility and customer service quality. These things will play a bigger role as the models get more advanced. And strategy 7, demonstrate deep expertise and authority. Niche down, get deeper, become an expert. AI models are increasingly sophisticated at identifying and prioritizing authoritative sources. This means service level content isn't going to cut it anymore. Again, we have multiple videos on how educational top funnel content is dying. You need to demonstrate deep expertise and authority in your niche. Create comprehensive, in-depth content that covers topics from multiple angles. Don't write 500-word blog posts or even 2,000-word blog posts that are top of funnel. Create detailed research pieces that could serve as definitive guides on specific topics, especially with commercial and transactional intent. Include data, research, and evidence to support your claims. Use credible sources and concrete info from your case studies and your customers. All of this will help you establish thought leadership through original research, industry reports, and unique insights. If you can become the go-to resource for specific info in your industry, AI models are going to naturally prioritize you because you're being helpful. Try to create content about the broader industry, related challenges, best practices, and emerging trends. This helps establish your authority across a wider range of relevant topics. Try to collaborate with other experts and authorities in your field. Try co-authored content, expert interviews, podcasts, collaborative research projects, and case studies to help build out your credibility and expand and keep your content updated and accurate. AI models want fresh, current information over outdated content, especially for rapidly evolving industries. As AI takes over, industries are going to become rapidly evolving whether you like it or not. Create multimodal content systems. AI models aren't just going to process text. They're going to place a bigger emphasis on multimodal content. They're increasingly capable of understanding and synthesizing information from images, videos, charts, audio, and other media formats. This means you can't just focus on blog posts written by ChatGPT or Claude. You need to create comprehensive content ecosystems that include multiple media types, to create detailed infographics and charts that visualize complex information. So make sure your charts and graphics include clear labels, legends, and contextual information. And the AI models that can't do that right now are going to be able to do it soon. Compute is getting cheaper, which means AI is going to advance much more quickly. Develop video content that explains concepts, demonstrates products, or provides tutorials, and include detailed descriptions and transcripts to help AI models understand and index your video content. I know, you're going to be fighting a battle on all fronts here. I would also consider audio content like podcasts or voice recordings. As voice search continues to grow, having audio content can help you show up in voice-based AI interactions. Create interactive content like calculators, assessment tools, or even configurators that help users solve specific problems. That's a great way to build affinity and friendship with the user. High-quality product photos, diagrams, screenshots, and visual examples can help AI models also better understand and recommend your offerings. There are tons of AI tools out there that can help you make high-quality product videos. No more excuses. You don't need to hire a photographer for thousands of dollars. Listen, I know it's a lot, but the key here is to make sure all your content types work together to create a comprehensive picture of your expertise and offerings. Start slowly, but then keep going. Create a process. I promise it will work out in the long term. Okay, I know that was a lot, so that's it for this video. I hope I cleared things up and helped you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Jason Patel of OpenForge AI, and we help your business get seen by ChatGPT and other AI search engines. I'll see you in the next video.